Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom. I am Natalie Sadie. I'm so sorry I wasn't here yesterday, being Sunday, which is my normal day for doing this. I just hit a wall, and honestly, the thought of doing hair and makeup to actually appear like a living, breathing human was all a little bit too much. So I just needed to take the day. For everyone from High Vibe that went across to the weekly Oracle Wisdom YouTube channel and subscribed there to see the monthly reading, thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope that the monthly reading resonated with all of you or some of you. And let's get into the weekly wisdom. Look at this chat popping off in the High Vibe on the High Vibe app. This is always exciting. I love having all of you here with me live in person. I feel like it just makes the energy of the reading that much better. So as always, I'm starting with the Ascending Life Oracle because I absolutely love these cards. I know I say it every week, but I just really do. All right. Local travel. Mini local vacation, getting out more, a random weekend getaway, having to drive more. So maybe it's one of those weeks where we're just moving a little bit more. The energy on and off has sort of felt very stagnant, and then life obviously picks up pace, and I certainly feel like we're in that space of things starting to move. And you know what? If an opportunity for a weekend getaway comes up or a couple of days away from home, sometimes it's the best thing you can do for yourself just to reset the energy, give yourself that tiny little break. And even if it's a work trip, I always love traveling for work only because it means I'm not at home thinking I've got to do the dishes, I've got to get the washing going or any of those things. I'm able to take a moment to just sit in a hotel room, read a book, and actually go to sleep without, a million different things in life sitting on top of me. Serendipity, divine intervention, perfect timing, happy surprise, a fortuitous sort of luck. So maybe the trip is going to be serendipitous. Maybe it's something that pops up out of nowhere and it's exactly what you need in that moment. Maybe there's someone you're going to meet, doesn't need to be a romantic person, but just a contact, just someone who's perfect for right now, someone that becomes a lifelong friend. I don't know, but I feel like any travel that comes up is going to be a good thing. Whether it be a work connection, a love connection, just that break that you need, divine intervention. You go where you are called to. Happy birthday, DJ. You can just see everyone wishing DJ a happy birthday in the chat. Okay. Round and round. Not applying lessons learned. Okay, I can't read back to front apparently. Unhealthy patterns on repeat, unable to let go of the past, repeating an old story. So here's the thing. I get everything that this says down the bottom, but one of the things about going round and round, sometimes when we're doing the same thing over and over again, first of all, yes, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. But sometimes doing things over and over again, each time you go round, you learn a lesson. So the next time you go round, it gets better. Does that make sense? So if you are going round and round and you're recognizing the pattern, it's time to stop. You have to do something different. And maybe that's where the break comes in. That'll give you a chance to go through it all and figure it all out. The other thing is maybe you haven't learned the lesson. And so that's why you're going round and round. So it's time to figure out why you are repeating patterns. And look, if you do have that moment where you realize I'm doing the same thing, but I've gotten better at, maybe it's speaking up for yourself. I'm having a vision of someone that I adore greatly talking about how one of their challenges in this life is speaking up for themselves. But every time she's put in a similar position, she's getting stronger with her voice. She's finding the ability to speak up. So, that's a win, even though she's doing the same things. And each time she goes round, it's growth. So you have to focus on that. If you recognize a pattern and it's an unhealthy pattern, it's time to stop. And only you can change it. I keep telling you every week, you're in charge of your life, and you absolutely are. And so you have to make that decision to stop it. Manifestation. Dreams manifest into reality. Your manifestation is close, getting more of what you want. Your manifesting power is strong. You have to remember, like I just said, you are the creator of everything in your life. So if you don't want this unhealthy pattern going on anymore, it's time for you to change it. You have to decide what you want. Now, the thing with manifestation is you have to be very clear about what you want. And recently I was talking to someone about something that I was manifesting for myself, and they said, there's something you're not clear about. And I said, no, I'm very clear. And if I write about it, it's pages long. And they said, no, there is a phrase in there that is not right. And it turned out that I had one phrase that I thought was very clear. And I told them the phrase about this particular thing. And they said, what does that mean? And so I explained it to them, and they said, okay, so that's not clear in the statement that you're making. It could mean 20 different things. So if you are manifesting, you need to be so crystal clear in what it is you want to manifest, and you have to believe it to be true. The other thing is you have to lose all attachment to it. So you have this ability. You can do this, and you can create the life that you want. You can stop these bad cycles. It's all up to you, but it's how you go about it. So, okay, hang on. Pink diamond, a rare opportunity or find, one of a kind, love, unique, creative expression, wealth, and prosperity. You can do this. You can create the pink diamond in your own life. Again, it's all up to you. But you need to be clear. You need to use the right wording. So in manifestation, don't ever use negative terminology. So you don't want to say, I don't want this, because that's exactly what you'll create. The universe doesn't recognize the negative terminology. So instead of focusing on, I don't want this, you have to focus on, I'm creating a house filled with love. I'm creating a house filled with communication and joy and laughter, all the good things. So make sure that you are using only positive terms. Don't use anything negative. And if you want that pink diamond, be very, very clear with the universe as to what it is you want to create. And you know what? If you're not clear about how to do it, there are a million books on how to manifest. There are a million people on YouTube that can give really good advice. And you know what? You just have to find the person that resonates with you. Celebration. Okay. Parties, social events, happy outcome, group events, socializing, and going out more. So take those social engagements. I feel like that will lead to good things. And again, is the celebration tied to the local travel? Say yes to opportunities. It's Gemini season. It's time to be social. It's time to get out there and just enjoy yourself. Find the joy in life again. You know, life has been hard, and there's so many sort of big things going on that seem really dark. And I know that when David and I do full disclosure, we're talking about current events, and it's a lot. And it can at times seem super heavy. But the reality is, I always say knowledge is power. And it is. Knowing what's going on, not being shocked by any of this stuff, for me is a good thing. I find it powerful to have all of that, because it takes the shock out of any situation that comes up. but you have to find a balance. So don't get lost in the heaviness of the universe and everything that's going on. Just take a moment to enjoy, to let all of the shit going on in your own personal life, in the bigger world, let all of it go and just be present with your friends. Enjoy the happiness of it. And the other thing is the celebration could be about manifesting your pink diamond. So don't forget that all of that is possible. All right, I'm going to pull one more and then we're going to move on. All right. Bridge. Another phase of life, transition, need to find common ground, bridge the gap. So we've talked a lot over the last few weeks about transitions, you know, portals or gates opening and stepping through them. I feel like this manifestation, the round and round, all of it is coming back to this, because if you're going round and round and round, you're doing the same thing. If you're finally recognizing your pattern and stepping away from it, you're moving to a new phase, which is a wonderful thing. If you're finally manifesting what it is that you want, you're stepping into a new phase. So it's time to really embrace all of that. It's time to take the leap, cross the bridge, do the things, let go of anyone that or anything that isn't serving you, and be okay with it. And those that are meant to remain in your life will remain. And you know what? You'll find common ground in this new space that you're in. But just keep yourself in a light space, enjoy the beauty of everything, and the universe always reminds you that you're in the right place at the right time for the right reason. Serendipity is a thing. Serendipitous energies are a thing, and you've got to take those signs from the universe as confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. And Velton in the chat is saying, accept the leveling up. Absolutely. It's happening whether you want it or not. And I don't know anyone that wants to stay at that lower sort of vibrational energy. So today I thought I'd pull out Oracle of the Fairies. I love these cards and I love the design on the back. I just made Anne look at the back of all these cards because I love them so much. It's something that pulls me back to my childhood, the designs, the colors, and they were things that spoke to me sort of back then. Come together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them showing that many hands make light work. Working in a team helps to get the job done. So ask for help if you need something moving on, whether that's learning about how to manifest, whether it's working, I don't know, coming together with a group of people in terms of a spiritual group, a meditation group, whether it be with work, whether it be a support group, just community is everything. And maybe it's just about finding your people. Maybe you've been isolated for some time. It's okay to ask for help. And listen, for a long time, I didn't trust women, and there are reasons in my life for why I didn't trust women. And can I tell you, I had to let my bias go of why I didn't trust women, and I had to move through it. And I now have the most wonderful circle of friends, and they're all women, where I used to only have sort of male friends in my life and male support. I now have all these incredible women, and it does make life so much easier and so much better. And I'm not saying you have to pick all women or all men. I'm just saying find your tribe, and you don't have to do this alone. And even if you've been let down 100 times, when you are coming from a place of truth, when you're coming from a place of love, and when you're manifesting what you want. I used to watch shows like Friends, and I used to watch shows like Sex and the City, and it was about the friendship for me that was so important. Will and Grace. It was the friendships that I envied. And you know what? I manifested it into my life. And I have circles of friends in Australia. I have circles of friends over here in the US, and I am so grateful for each and every one of them. And that's pretty good for a kid that was a loner when she was young. So if I can do it, you can do it. Life energy. The fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So ironically, I'm not pulling any shadow work cards today because I just sort of thought we would give that a bit of a break, but it's time to be you. And when you are honestly you and you're coming from a place of truth, these people, if you're searching for them, if you don't already have that community, they will come. The universe will present them, and they will love you for who you are because you are being you. You're not turning yourself into someone that you think other people want you to be. I'm loud. I'm opinionated. There are people that don't enjoy that, and that's okay. And I've had to learn that that's okay. But in being me, and sometimes you get people that come along for a short period of time and then they fall off, and that's okay. But the ones that are meant to be there, they come and they stay. So look in a book, whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. So again, if there's knowledge you're looking for and you don't know how to go about something, pick up a book. And again, I realize we don't live in a time where everybody reads. Books are the most wonderful thing. I mean, I'm someone that reads every single solitary day. I've always got about 5 books on the go, and it depends which mood I'm in as to what I'm reading, and some of them get read faster than others, but you'll find what you need. And so again, if you're looking for manifestation tips or anything like that, pick up a book and then keep it as a reference guide. They can be so, so helpful. And look, if you're not a book person, there's audio books, or go to YouTube. People will talk to you while you're cleaning the house and doing dishes or anything like that, and you will get the knowledge that you need. You just need to go looking for it. Music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. This is about feeding your soul. You have to feed your soul and you have to take care of you. So bring in things that bring in beauty, that bring in joy, that, strike those memories, that bring memories from your childhood back to the surface. I mean, I was just talking about the backs of these cards and the patterns, that how they resonate with me. And I don't even know what it is from my childhood that it brings up, but it brings up something. And okay, there we go. And so bring up things that stir all of that up. I think part of that is with the music card, when you bring up those memories, when all of that starts coming to be, it reminds you of who you are. It reminds you of what feeds your soul, because it's so easy to get lost in this world, especially if you have a partner and children and you've got a demanding job, or if you're just taking care of the house and the kids and everyone that's in it. It's so easy to lose yourself. Find the things that bring you back to you. And the last of the fairy cards that I'm pulling is magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. These fairies say you can bless others too. You're never alone. And I know at times it can feel that way and like you're fighting an uphill battle and you're all alone, but you never are. You've always got assistance from the universe, from your guides, from your angels, from the fairies around you. And you have to remember that. And this is where I think it was in, I don't remember if I talked about it last week or if it was in the June month ahead reading, but I talked a lot about meditating and stilling your mind. But when you do that, that's when you're able to tap into the messages that you're getting. It's when you're able to hear when they're trying to tell you something or when they're trying to give you guidance and support. So do that however it works for you. For me, I mean, I try and meditate daily. Sometimes it's just after I do yoga. Other times it's a concerted effort to go and sit and actually do a proper full meditation. And other days when life is getting to be too much, for me, it happens in the shower. It's where I get my best downloads, because the water pulling the day and everybody else's energy off me allows my mind to be clear for whatever download is coming through. And often people in my life will get phone calls with the messages that I have to give them or the latest idea that I've had when I'm straight out of the shower, because that is when everything sort of hits me. So find a way that it works for you, something that stills everything else so that you're able to hear all of that. So this deck I haven't used before either for any of these readings, and this is the Energy and Spirit Oracle. And same thing. The design on the back of these cards, I can't tell you. My inner child is just dying over these patterns and colors and things like that. If I could have it on a tea set, I would take it in a second. Anyway, random thoughts. Sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. Everything I was just talking about. You are strong enough to do all of these things and create these things and manifest exactly what you need. So it's up to you, and you have to tap into that inner strength. You have to trust yourself. I know you can do it. Your guides know you can do it. You came here to live this life. You chose these challenges, and you chose to be here at this time. And you did that because your soul and your spirit are strong enough to do all of that. So you have to remember that, and you have to tap into that. Archangel, oh my gosh. I haven't pulled him before, but I feel like I'm going to pronounce his name incorrectly. Phanuel. And please, somebody tell me what the correct pronunciation of this is. Hope, optimism, and new beginnings. You know, we've been talking about this transition for weeks, if not a couple of months, and it's happening. So you have him guiding you as well. You have so much assistance from the other side. And I'm going to pull one more. I love it. There are people saying that messages come through for them in the water as well. There is something about it. The ocean will do the same thing for me. As soon as I dive into the ocean, everything else falls away. I always say I'm part mermaid, part fairy. Journey guide, travel and change in location. So again, these final cards generally confirm things that we got in the first part of the reading. So there is travel of some sort. It doesn't need to be far, but just know that something's coming up. And if it does, say yes, but say yes to every opportunity that the universe gives you. I know there are times where you sort of go, I'm tired and I can't be bothered, and it's a whole lot of everything, and I don't know that I can do it. You absolutely can. And the only way that life changes is when you change it. So change your location, even if it's just going for a long drive or something like that. Do something to shift the energy, to tap into what you need to. And don't forget that you have the power to manifest everything that you want to. And I know the astrological energy for the next week or so is reasonably good, and a good time to manifest and create what we want, especially before this energy in the second half of the year. So make sure you're on all of that. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this reading. Thank you again for being so patient with me and letting me do it on a Monday as opposed to a Sunday. I will be back to my regular Sundays. And as always, Anne, thank you so much for all that you do.